Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. Space to maneuver at the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And this will be incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Miller. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Watson. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Robert Quinn in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. That complete to Lamar Miller. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Tackle made that time by Kevin Johnson.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he finds Stills, complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Let's go.
Tannehill hands to Drake. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Back to throw, Tannehill. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone,
and now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Texans scoop it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Griffin. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson going for the deep ball. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll toss it to Miller. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Richmond.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. It seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense. They affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Back to the ground, this time with Gore. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's a give to Miller. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The tackle that time by William Hayes.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. And it's taken in at the 9. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed them. So now he brings up a third down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
And now a sneak, Tannehill. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth.
Well, that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. After the run, Tannehill going to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. On the left side, this is Stills. Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the 50, it's Tannehill. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Tannehill now to throw. And it's caught by Parker. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Back to the ground game here. Gore. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Lamar Miller. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Come back!
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Charles Harris in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So it's on to halftime. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, what a move. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Here's Darkwa. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. Trying to improvise. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the 1st as well.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
And Stills over the middle. And he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami 1st.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He's going to let one go deep for... And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 36 yards. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule.
where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It's a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Texans on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Come back, come back.
From the gun, here's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on first down. And he fires one incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw is Tannehill. He may try and run for this. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. Here's Matt Hawk now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the 1st. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here, they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 48 yards. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Down Darquan. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Hey, 20.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. It's complete to Parker, left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. first down. Drake. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. He juked him. Side complete to Parker. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
The Dolphins on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Hustle, we're walking. We're all walking. Watch 17. Watch 17.
And some space here. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Hey, 20, 20, 20, 20.
On first down, Tannehill. He dumps it off to Drake. And he'll go down at the 28. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Here we go. Hey, 20, 20, 20, 20. Everyone got 4 down.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down.
And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll give it to him up the middle. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Ryan Tannehill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now it's Haas running left. This is Miller. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Richmond.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. He sets to fire deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 48 yards. Now a first down throw. Watson dancing to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Snags it for the pick, and he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On the run, Darkwan. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Drake off the give from Tannehill. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds Danny Amendola. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
The Dolphins on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Ellington. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Come back, come back. Tiger.
Now Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, coach, but look, we still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
You know, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope.
Under pressure, they got him again. Robert Quinn in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now it's Watson fighting to stay upright. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front, because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
One last throw here for Watson. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.